Hi, my name's Susan. You may recognize me from Poxy Craft Night here at the library or Crafting at the E-Library. Since we can't meet in person, we have put together some simple crafts that you guys can do at home, hopefully with things that you have around the house. Today, we're going to be working on making some stamps and a stamp pad with some simple household items that hopefully you have on hand. All right, first things first, we're going to make our own stamp pad. So you just need paper plates. Some felt is ideal, but if you don't have felt, if you have some scrap pieces of fabric that's cotton, that'll work as well. You need some paint. This is just your regular old craft paint. And I also have some fabric paint here. If you don't have that, don't worry about it. You just won't be doing anything on fabric or anything that you're going to need to wash. So, take our paper plate. We'll get a good amount. The nice thing about making your own stamp pad is obviously you can make whatever color you want, which is ideal. So often, so many of the stamps and stamp pads that you buy are very specific colors, and here you can make your own. All right, so you want to cut your felt about as big as or bigger than whatever stamp you're going to use. I'll just put that on there. This is a stamp I actually bought, so obviously if we're going to make things around the house, but we'll start with this just to show you how the stamp pad action works. You get the felt nice and saturated. You see? Looks nice. I'll grab a sheet of paper. Voila! All right, so we have our stamp pad. I might add some more paint because you can't have too much. There we go. All right, I've got some unconventional stamp materials as well, besides our stamp pad here. I've got a wine cork, if you are a wine drinker. And obviously this one is made of real cork, so it's got kind of a nice, we'll say it has a nice character to it. If you get the synthetic ones, you'll probably get a perfect circle, or near enough. You want to make some geometric patterns. I've also got a piece of cardboard that I just put a few rubber bands on. Super easy if you have those laying around the house, which gives you a nice geometric repeating pattern. Just have to be careful not to press too hard, which is why you always want to start with some scrap paper, kind of get a feel for your stamp and what's going on with it. I might even cut that part off or flip it up so I don't keep getting that little smear right there. See? Cool enough. We can also try and make another pattern. This is round. Let's see if we can make kind of a starburst. And we'll see what happens. Want to make sure that your rubber bands are flat. Let's see, one more. That one's kind of loose. Let's try this one. All right, we have our rough shape. We'll have some idea of what it's going to look like. It could work. You definitely need to experiment, but that's part of the fun of crafting always, is figuring out what works and what doesn't. Well, we'll work on that one some more. I also have some clothespins that I used previously, and I found that you need to take them apart, one, so you don't have that metal piece in the middle, and two, they are irregular, so one side generally does better than the other. You just have to check it out. Let's see. Remember what side I'm on. Ta-da! So, all kinds of possibilities. There's buttons, whatever you have lying around the house. It's just fun to experiment. Once you have your stamp pad made, all kinds of cool things that you can do. I also have fabric paint. If anyone at home has fabric paint, it's super fun, and the exact same rules apply. We'll make a stamp pad. And if you're like me, you've cleaned the house and you've moved to the furniture and now it's time to redecorate. So this is fun. This is a great way to maybe do some low-cost stuff you have around the house redecorating. I'm going to use my stamp here. This is just a piece of fabric I got. Actually, I think it's sack or flower cloth. That's what it's called. Flour sack? There you go. Anyway, they are plain. You can use your plain dish towels, whichever. Let's see. And I might get a little of the green ink in here, but actually I think that's kind of cool. So I dig it. All right. Ta-da! Now, if you are using fabric paint, you're going to want to let it dry completely, and then you're going to heat set it, which means you're just going to put a piece of cloth over it, like your scrap cloth, hit it with your iron, and then you can wash it in the washing machine. So here are just a few ideas. By all means, let your imagination run wild. See the kind of stuff that you can find around the house to make your stamps with. All right, so if you haven't already made a free account with Creativebug, you can go to our website and find the link there. There are tons more cool stamping and crafting ideas there. And that's it. So happy quarantine crafting until we meet again.